Learning English grammar can be fun and easy. In this video, you'll learn 10 simple grammar tips that will help you speak more clearly, write better, and feel more confident. These tips are perfect for A2 to B1 learners who want to improve quickly. Tip 1. Use a and an correctly. We use a before words that start with a consonant sound, like a cat or a banana. Use an before words that start with a vowel sound, like an apple or an elephant. It's not about the spelling, it's about the sound. For example, we say an hour because the H is silent. Sometimes it's easy to forget when to use a or an. I used to say orange until someone corrected me. Then I realized it's about the sound. So now I always stop and listen to how the word begins. Tip 2. Don't forget the S in the third person. In the present simple, if the subject is he, she, or it, you need to add S to the verb. For example, he likes pizza, not he liked pizza. Many learners forget this small rule, but it's very important to sound natural and correct. At first, I didn't know why people looked confused when I said she go to school. Then my teacher told me, say she goes. That small S makes a big difference. Now I try to remember he, she, it, add S. Tip 3. Know the difference between some and any. We use some in positive sentences, like, I have some friends. Use any in negative sentences or questions like, I don't have any money, or do you have any coffee? This rule helps make your English clearer and more natural. When I was at a restaurant, I said, do you have some water? The waiter looked confused. Later, I learned that I should say any in questions. Now I always check if my sentence is a question or negative before choosing. Tip 4. Understand how to use there is and there are. Use there is for one thing, there is a book on the table. Use there are for more than one, there are 3 chairs in the room. This helps you describe what you see or where things are. It's very useful in everyday conversations. I like to describe my house to my friends. I say, there is a sofa and there are 2 windows. Before, I didn't know the difference. But now when I talk about places, I use these phrases all the time. Tip 5. Use the correct form of to be. In the present, to be becomes am, ab, is or are. For example, I am happy, she is a student, they are tired. Make sure the verb agrees with the subject. This rule is the foundation of many English sentences. At first, I said things like, he are my brother. People didn't understand. Then I learned the correct forms. I am, you are, he is. Now, I always check my subject and verb to make sure they match. Tip 6. Learn when to use much and many. Use much with uncountable nouns like water, money, or time. Use many with countable nouns like books, apples, or cars. It's important to know the difference so your grammar sounds correct. I asked, how many water do you drink? My friend smiled and said, you mean how much? I was confused at first, but then I understood. Now I remember, many apples, much juice. Tip 7. Use simple past for things that already happened. The simple past talks about finished actions, like, I watched a movie yesterday. Regular verbs usually end in ed, but some verbs are irregular, like go becomes went. Learning common past forms is very helpful. When someone asked me, what did you do yesterday? I said, I go to the park, but they corrected me, went. After that, I started keeping a list of irregular verbs to remember them better. Tip 8. Use time expressions to show routine. We often use the present simple with time expressions like every day, on Mondays, or at night. These words help show that something happens regularly or repeatedly. For example, I brush my teeth every morning. Last year, I started saying I walk my dog every evening instead of just I walk my dog. It helped people understand my routine more clearly, and it made my English sound more natural. Tip 9. Don't forget about frequency adverbs. Words like always, usually, sometimes, and never are called frequency adverbs. They tell us how often something happens and usually go before the main verb, she always drinks tea. These little words are very useful when talking about habits or daily routines. I used to say I eat breakfast and people asked every day. Now I say I usually eat breakfast at 7, and it answers the question before they even ask. Tip 10. Ask and answer simple questions. Practice making questions like, do you like music? Or does he play football? Then try to answer them with complete sentences. Yes, I do, or no, he doesn't. Asking and answering questions is a great way to get confident with the present simple in real conversations. Once I asked a new friend, do you like coffee? And she smiled and said, yes, I do. I drink it every morning. It started a fun conversation just from a simple question. Write 5 sentences about your daily routine using the present simple. Make 3 questions in the present simple to ask a friend. Use words like always, never, or sometimes to talk about something you like and don't like.